Welcome to Buy It All, the podcast where three resellers with very different styles talk shop, share stories, and probably argue about who got the better deal of the week. We got Jimmy from Old School Flips and Keith from Vintage Sport Flips. And I'm Ray, aka Triple R Collections. Together, we're breaking down the reselling world. Join us for weekly news, flips, tips, and some laughs. So grab your tape gun, kick back, and let's talk about how we buy it all.
Buy it all, folks. I did that this weekend. I did buy it all this weekend. Before we go, I've been doing this because we're still posting the videos, the podcast on my channel and the new channel. So again, if you're listening right now on Old School Flips, go over to Buy It All podcast on YouTube and subscribe over there, because eventually that's where all the videos are going to go. We've been getting some feedback that we're a little bit difficult to find. Someone mentioned if you do the @ at Buy It All podcasts, it's easier to find. So try that if you're having some trouble. Also, I put the link. I didn't do it last week because I was out of town, but this week for sure, the link will be in the description right there. You can click on that and go over there and subscribe as well. Now that we got that out of the way, I want to talk about Ray's intro real quick. So this is kind of a play on what's going on over there at the Reseller Leftovers. They have like they have what's it called? What's that thing at the beginning?
The warning, disclaimer.
Yeah. Their death pile picker. I mean the disclaimer that they have at the very beginning. I think Ray is sneaking in a disclaimer about Jimmy in there. I think when he says we're very different. What do you say? Like very different.
I didn't pick up on it.
I have to make sure that everybody knows that I'm nothing like Jimmy. I'm not. I don't do anything like that crazy fool.
Look, that was just Chad.
Oh,
Chad GPT did that. Like, that's not me.
Yeah. I thought for sure you put that in there because, like, I don't want anybody thinking that I do anything like that crazy guy right
Yeah, I'm nothing like you, Jimmy. I don't want to be anything like you.
I can tell. It's written all over your intro. What are the exact words in the intro? Because you just said them.
I can't even remember. Like I said, I cannot remember.
Completely 100%, not even close, different.
Okay, we're three resellers with very different styles, talk shop, share stories, and probably argue about who got the better deal of the week.
Very different styles. All right.
Yeah.
So that's our disclaimer, guys. That we're all very different. Because I've been listening to the podcast a lot while driving, and I was listening. I was like, I wonder what Ray meant by that. Very different.
don't take it personal. I did not agree with that. Sorry.
Variety is the spice of life, right? Even there's definitely overlap on how we resell, there's definitely differences, which makes it interesting, right?
I'm just having fun with it. I kind of got a little giggle out of it. And honestly, the main thing I thought was like, that's something I could have a little fun with on the podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe just call Ray out.
There's no reason to call him out. But, so, you guys, we had a big topic come through in the reselling world. It's one that going to be we're kind of the Debbie Downers over here on the Buy It All podcast, because this is one that nobody wants to hear about. Ray kind of brought it up, about some state taxes that are being implemented. I actually did some research on it and looked into a little bit. Do you want to ask Chad about it real quick, and then Ray kind of take from there?
I didn't bring it up first. I thought Keith did.
I brought it up. Yeah.
All right,
because a couple good channels. Cha-Ching King had a good video on it. Obviously, Commonwealth Picker had a good video on it. They were very informative. So something worth conversation. If you're a reseller, is that going to spread that tax on eBay fees or any online marketplace fee? I guess Amazon, eBay, Etsy.
Let me ask Chad a quick question. Hey, Chad, real quick. So it sounds like the state of Texas is adding a sales tax fee to eBay's fees. My question is, do you think we will see that in more states, possibly nationwide?
Yeah, it's definitely possible. States are always looking for ways to collect more revenue. And as online marketplaces grow, it's likely that other states will follow suit and impose similar fees. It kind of sets a precedent, so we might see a broader trend in the future.
So that's what we're talking about. And did you do some research on it, Keith?
My research was mainly listening to Cha-Ching King and Kevin.
Yeah.
But I will say, I know Texas is a state that doesn't have state income tax, and there are a group of them, right? I think Texas, Florida, Tennessee, Washington, and some others. So I'm hoping the fact that like Pennsylvania, Maryland, Ohio, I'm not sure if I know Pennsylvania has state income tax, that those states are maybe less likely to adopt this policy of taxing fees because they're already getting that income tax as revenue. But
Well, when you first mentioned it, when I heard sales tax, my brain automatically went to, well, hold on, because sales tax is when the customer buys something from us, there's sales tax. Well, eBay handles that. Like, and I was just thinking of it wrong. eBay handles sales tax. And that's why I asked you, well, won't eBay collect that and handle it? But this is when researching, like you said, I listened to what Kevin said a little bit. No. The sales tax is basically on the service that we're getting from eBay. So we pay eBay a fee on each transaction, and that's basically a service, I guess. And we as the sellers are paying them, so the tax is on that fee. They're adding sales tax to the fee that we pay eBay when we sell something.
Yeah.
And
I guess the crazy part is that I know Kevin talked about this, that the eBay fees, talking about eBay specifically, I don't know about other marketplaces, but the eBay fees they're charging a fee even on the sales tax that the buyer pays. So we're paying sales tax on a fee on tax. So it is a weird chain of events.
We pay the final value fees. In that fee that we pay, they also include the tax, right? So when we pay our final value fees, when they add up that grand total of what we're paying a fee on, it includes the sales tax that the buyer paid. We have to pay a fee on that.
Yeah.
I did wonder though, because when I did my research, they're only 80%. They're saying only 80% of the fee is what they're charging. So if it's $10, you're actually only paying a tax on $8, not 10. So I thought maybe that's why, because we're already paying fees on the front side, on the sales side.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they're only. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I'm still, Ray. I know Ray.
Yeah.
Me and Ray. I don't think we disagree. I definitely don't like it. I don't like it. I know Ray.
Yeah.
You want to express some of that real quick?
Yeah,
Ray?
I mean, it's just another one of those things. Again, I feel like as a reseller, we get hit with. Like, I mean, it's always, we already deal with the shipping prices going up all the time.
Yep. Which is happening soon, by the way.
Yes.
Fourth quarter.
But it's always some kind of extra fee, or we're expecting promoted listings to help. Like, we're always being pushed to the limit. So I'm just like, when is it going to break? I mean, the only option I feel like I at least always resort to is passing that to the buyer. Like, I have to, go up in price. I have to raise my prices, so it's hurting. It's not even just hurting us, it's hurting our buyers.
Yeah. I'm in agreement with that. My thing that I mentioned to you is I for my sanity, I just don't I don't worry about it. Now, obviously, if there's things I can, there's things I can do to fight it. If there's, legal things, I don't know, if there's petitions or whatever that I need to sign or whatever I need to do to fight it, I will 100% do that. But for my sanity, because it's, I worried. There's so many things over the years that have happened that there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do.
I get it. Like, we just have to kind of go with the flow of it. Like, things are going to happen that we have absolutely no control over.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I think we were doing calculations. I was using Jimmy old school flips math, so that was probably not the
so
best.
You were paying way more in taxes.
But I think it was like a little under 1% of the fee, right? I think that was what the tax amounted to. So it's not a huge number, but hopefully Texans put up a stink about it. Maybe that'll, if enough people are unhappy with it, maybe they'll change that in Texas and it won't spread across the country. We'll see.
I'm gonna
But
have a bunch of broke Texas resellers, man.
Yeah.
Everything's bigger in Texas, including the taxes. So
yeah,
just remember
Yeah.
that.
yeah.
Oh, to my Texas people, I'm just joking. We're having a little bit of fun, but you guys started this. It's all your fault. You started it.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it sucks. Like, because again, I was kind of thinking about, I was like, it's just so weird because yes, like if you have someone clean your gutters, and unless there's someone that's, unless it's the guy with that, down the street that you're like, hey, you want to clean my gutters for $20? If it's a company, you don't physically get a possession out of that. It's a service, and a company charges you taxes on those services. I don't know. Again, I feel like though, like we already pay our. I don't know. Do we pay taxes on our, like if you have an eBay store? Do I pay taxes on that? I never checked. Like
No.
my monthly or quarterly, whatever, or yearly, whatever fee I pay for my store, my monthly fee I pay for my store. Do I pay taxes on that? I don't know. I never. I'll be honest. I never looked.
I doubt it. But the other thing we talked about too in the chat on Instagram is the our promotion. If you're promoting, are you paying sales tax on that promotion fee? And apparently you don't, at least according to ChatGPT. But Chat's not always right. So
Yeah, Chad is not. You had said something like in Texas you cannot. Something about not on advertising or something
Yeah.
like that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean I don't know. Yeah. And it's it being at the state level confuses me a little bit as well. It's not, it's not a federal level. There's so many things that my brain just doesn't count. Again, like I'll talk about some taxes that I didn't know about when I moved here to Ohio, and I moved to the city of Bucyrus. I kind of talked about this on the last podcast, but real quick on my last podcast, but real quick, like the day taxes were due, we went down to the little city building to do some things, and they're like, "Well, did you pay your city income tax?" I was all, "Huh? Yeah, did you pay your city income tax?" Like, that's, you're joking. That's not a thing. Like, that's not, like, no, city of Bucyrus collects income tax for the city. And I was like, you're
That's
pranking
crazy.
me right now.
Yeah.
No, we had here in Bucyrus, there's a city. I have to pay income taxes to the city.
Wow.
I have to fill out a paperwork. It's, it's based on my, after taxes income. But yeah,
Sure.
every year now, it's 2 years in a row now. And I was like, I had no idea that existed. And so, like, shows you how much research I do on.
Yeah.
Who
would even think that?
Prepare for it every year now, but the first year I was not prepared and I was shocked by it. So yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ray, because we have this little chat, and I feel like this is a topic that I really want to go into. I want to delve into because Ray got me. I usually love eBay and I'm gung ho for eBay, but today Ray got me going about something that happened to him on eBay that I'd be on the phone with my concierge right away if that happened to me. What happened, Ray?
So I had seen a neutral feedback, and honestly, most neutrals I don't really care about. Like, it doesn't bother me. It's better in a negative. I just like to pull the positive out of the neutral.
Right.
But
you're doing Jimmy math right now. You're doing Jimmy math. I don't like it.
But I usually just let it be. But this one kind of got me because it was a cancellation. The buyer requested a canceled order, and I was already irritated from going back and forth with them before with offers, and I had so many watchers on this item, and I didn't respond right away. So you know how, like, you don't, if you just, sometimes you need to take a breath and not respond right away. I waited a while to respond to the cancellation request, and I think that's why they left me a neutral. But besides the fact, like, they left me a neutral on something that I canceled for them. I agreed to the cancellation. Now,
it never left your house.
Yeah, it didn't even leave my house. I didn't even pull it from the inventory. Nothing. I mean, they.
So you didn't OTY it. You should have OSF'd it, but you didn't OTY it. OSF'd it means by third question.
Yeah.
Block that sucker.
Yeah.
So I do want to say though, because as soon as I messaged you guys today about it, I guess maybe I do have some kind of fancy customer service, because I put in a report and like within an hour they had them revise it and said now I have a
nice.
positive. So
Oh,
that's
nice.
I did pull a positive out of the neutral.
There you go.
Ray's being humble. He's being humble. He's got connections. He's like, let me tell you.
I didn't think they would do that for a neutral. If it wasn't a negative, they wouldn't. But that's great that they amended that, which I think they do protect the seller more in a cancellation kind of atmosphere, right?
Yeah.
I feel like this is definitely something we can, if you're listening and you like to leave comments, this is something we definitely want to hear your opinion on, because like I said right away, that's not okay. Like I don't, if there was not change, maybe they ordered and money came in, but the item never shipped. They never got the item. There was really no transaction other than eBay collecting their money. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like they shouldn't even be allowed to leave feedback. It should automatically, in the world of AI, eBay's algorithm or whatever, they should have something that should detect, hey, this never even got a label, never even went out the door. They should not be allowed to leave any kind of feedback at all.
What happens next time if it's a negative?
Yeah.
I
agree. It's not okay.
I didn't think they could even do that. I know they said if you don't accept the cancellation, they couldn't leave negative feedback, but maybe if you accept it, then they can. Does that even make any sense? That's crazy.
I thought you said something about if they ask for a cancellation and then you still ship it, that also takes. I thought you said something like that once.
That's what eBay said when they came out with that cancellation policy, that if you didn't accept the cancellation, they couldn't leave negative feedback. You
got because you didn't go by that, they were able to, but if you would have shipped it,
OTY,
you would have been you would have OTY'd it.
You got OTY.
Let's see where you want there. I see how you work in the system, Keith.
I sort of OTY'd it this week. I had a situation where I got an offer on an item, accepted it. I was at work, drove home. Like 2 hours later, I pulled the item out of my inventory while I was pulling all my orders. And while I'm pulling orders, I get another offer, and I see it's from the same person. And they offer me like 50% of the value of the item, which there's not many items in my store that I'll sell it at 50%. But I countered them at like $10 more than their offer. And they countered me immediately back at the same price. And that's always a bit of a pet peeve of mine. If I show that I'm willing to work, and they come back, no, I'm only paying my original offer, I declined that offer immediately. And as soon as I did that, I get a cancellation request on the other item they bought 2 hours earlier that I accepted the offer on. I'm like, I'm OTYing that, deny. And and then they sent me a message. They're like, there's no way you already shipped that. I'm like, I didn't ship it. But my policy is if I already put effort towards shipping it, I'm not accepting a cancellation. I'll probably get a negative or neutral if they can. We'll see. We'll help. Or a return.
You want to know my policy on it? You should say, if you want to know my policy on it, just reach out to Tim over the years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's my
so for those of you, if you have missed out earlier episodes, OTY in it is over the years in it. And that's Tim over the years policy on cancellations it's going out the door. He's not, if you paid or you send an offer and it's paid, he's not accepting the cancel request. It's going to you. You're going to get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. I don't know. Like, yeah, it's a great point. Like, Ray would have been better off. Well, again, in the OSF, if you would have just blocked him. No, did you block him now?
Yes.
Okay.
I blocked them.
All right. Well,
as soon as I accepted the cancellation.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, good.
Yeah,
you kind of owe us it. No, I'm messing with you. Like that. No, because that if you would have shipped it and you protected from that kind of feedback. But what did the guy tell you in the messages? He said, did you already say that?
No, I actually did not say that. So I did not tell our viewers. They said they found a better price, which is bull crap because that didn't happen. There was no other shirt, that exact shirt. It wasn't out there. Like a rare. I had the only one. So there, I get it. There's other ones. It's a salute to service Detroit Lions shirt. And
Oh, well, that explains a lot.
Freaking
Yeah.
Lions fans. You can't trust a Lions
We
fan.
already know now.
Yeah.
Almost as bad as taxes in Texas. Come on.
you know,
Yeah.
that was that when that went down, the Ravens were playing the Lions. And I would have said, well, maybe it, you know, they seen it was coming from Baltimore and that's why they wanted to cancel or something. Like,
yeah.
and we suck anyway. So we're terrible this year.
I think we jinxed them with the thumbnail, with the poop factory thumbnail.
Yeah.
I didn't make
exactly.
that. That was you. That no.
No. Well, I made
Lamar
that
Jackson is now hurt because of that thumbnail.
He's my fantasy quarterback too.
You
My team's
even
terrible
said
anyway.
not Lamar. Oh, what was I gonna say? There was something. No, I was gonna say something. Dang it, I forgot because my brain doesn't work like that. I had something. Someone wanted to ask you, and dang it.
While you're thinking, Jimmy, what I do for the similar circumstances, if I ever sell like a Cowboys item, and I've never gotten negative feedback for this, I write like "Go Birds" all over the box and like sort of tantalize the Cowboy fan a little bit.
I know what I was gonna ask you, Ray. This is basically coming an interview on this, Ray. You also said something about they threatened to return.
Yes,
that's the part I really wanted you to say
Okay.
about, because that not just that they found a better price, but they kind of backed you in the corner, right?
Yeah. So because I didn't respond right away and I waited a while, their last message to me, they were messaging me like, "Please cancel, please cancel." This
You were
they
still
messaged me like
within
8
the
different
time
times.
frame that eBay gives you to cancel it, so you're not outside of any kind of time frame, right?
No, not at all. And
There's a reason eBay gives you that.
Yeah.
Their last message to me was basically threatening to do return to sender, and I'm like, whatever. Like at that point, I waited like 10 minutes and I responded as polite as I can be and said,
Yeah.
"I'll accept your cancellation" or something like that, and that's it. Like, but I mean,
what's great.
The thing is, sorry, if I sent it out, if they just do an actual just return to sender, they lose their eBay money back. So I don't think that would have been dumb on their part, but
yeah, we talked about that a little bit too. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I assume it's probably hard to return to center anyway, because they just get left at your house typically, unless you're in an apartment or, I mean, almost like the return to sender is like not accepting it. I'm not accepting that package.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think more than anything, the frustration and the time is money factor that we've talked about. I mean, in the end, it worked out, but yeah, I would have been very frustrated. And then you spent some time dealing with it. You had to get on the phone with, or had to maybe not get on the phone, but do some requests from eBay to help you with that feedback.
I will say it was really easy though. So I literally just went into the listing and on my laptop, and it was really easy. I clicked like maybe 2 buttons, typed like a 5-word sentence, and done.
Well, I don't know. I haven't had to use that in a while, but I've been saying for at least the last year, if you do get a feedback, your first feedback that you don't like, whether it be neutral or negative, your first steps, I don't remember exactly how to navigate there, but you go into the help or within the list, within the actual item, and it's not ask for a revision from the buyer. You can request removal from eBay. That should always be your first step.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I've done.
For the most part, eBay's policy is on that kind of removal is automated. Even if you call and they say, yeah, we can remove it, but you still have to submit to have it removed. Is where they're moving to. So I don't know exactly how to get there, but it's in there, and you can request removal, and that should be your first step. Unless things have changed. That's been a while since I used it, but it wasn't that long ago that I used it. Because you'd be surprised. I know Chernox Connections over on the Reseller Information Network. I told him about that while we were on our live that we do every Tuesday. He went in there and he did that, and they removed it right there. So yeah, he didn't have to reach out to them or anything. They just he put in his case of why he didn't agree with it, and they removed it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like almost like that's kind of what happened.
Yeah, basically, the first thing I did, I actually reported them because I didn't appreciate
Now we're
that
talking,
that
Ray.
action. So I reported them, and
Block
then
those
I
people.
hit I hit revision requests. That's all I did. So, but I don't know. I didn't hit removal or anything like that.
All
Yeah.
right. All right.
Yep.
So I mean,
Guess there's a happy ending.
more
at
of the
least, but it
story
was still
is the
frustrating.
I'm just
Luckily,
happy
yep.
it was all quick and done. Like now I can move on and
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, this is just
Over a
for
neutral.
me. This is an "I told you so" moment. I'm, like you see the smile on my face. How this is an "I told you so" moment from me to Ray. Ray, no, you.
Oh yeah, you can tell. You can sort of tell the future when you get these offers when they're like, you said there was a lot of offers with that situation, like
Yeah.
back and forth. You can tell like a back and forth when it's over $1, then it's like this is going to be problematic in other ways, right? You didn't ship it quick enough, or you didn't pack it the right way, or whatever their complaints may be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. A lot of problem buyers I deal with are ones that send offers. I mean, it's just the way it is. Like in it, we talked about before. Like you get that question after they buy it or something like that. They accept the offer and then they ask the questions.
Oh,
Come on.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad it worked out. Again, when you told me that, I literally said that's not okay. That was my response, and I was like, "Hey, did you guys hear about the new podcast out there? There's a new reselling podcast out there. Have you heard about it? Have you guys watched it? It's a new podcast. I believe then it's a wording. The title, the name of the podcast is wordy. It's a really long title for a podcast. I don't know why they went with such a long title for a podcast. I believe the name of the podcast is the reseller leftovers. Wait, Dan and the Man's Reseller Leftovers podcast, brought to you by Death Pile Picker Mike, who thinks he owns it, but he doesn't because it's actually Dan's podcast, but Joe has all the rights to it. So they're really confused about who the podcast belongs to. Podcast.
Yeah.
Have you heard about that one?
I did hear a little bit of the name change, or at least the debate in the podcast. And I will say, thank God they had the disclaimer at the beginning of that episode, because Mike was on fire with that episode last week. Man, that was there was a lot to take in for that episode. If you haven't watched it, check out The Leftovers.
So I go in there and just stir the pot a little bit in the comments, and I was like, technically, I think this is still my podcast.
I went in there. I said it was Dan's.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Then I jokingly said, because it's still in litigation, I think Dan was like, "Oh, I'm out of here. Like, I'm done." We might not see Dan next week because I joked about litigation. It was a joke, Dan. I'm just joking.
Plus, it was an abrupt ending at the end, which it always is a little bit, but it was like, it's my podcast. And does he end it right on that note? I feel like, yeah.
I'm with Ray. I feel like it's Dan's podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
Anyway, I thought that was funny. We had a lot of comments we need to get to, guys. But before and don't let me forget to get back to the other two, but we had someone that asked us to go into a topic, and I feel like, is this a good time to go into that topic, guys?
Yeah.
About live sale, doing live auctions.
Let's see who I'm trying to think who asked that question.
About that. Someone asked us to talk about live, like district, dibdit, whatnot auctions. They asked us to go a little bit more in depth into what we do, and Ray is the expert, so we're gonna let him.
I'm the expert. Since when? I am the worst performing live seller.
Hey, you were a Poshmark expert and you didn't let us down.
Yeah, I got to bring that Posh package of the week.
I'm trying to find who said it, because it might have been on your channel, Jimmy.
It might
see it anymore.
I don't know. I'm bad about that, Keith. I don't have any comment.
Whoever asked it, they were asking if we could delve into or into the how to live stream sell, different techniques for live stream selling. So thanks for that comment, whoever it was. Looking, still can't find it. But I guess we can go over some tips, right? Like little things that we found to make it easier to live sell.
Let's go into the first part of that because I agree. That's definitely tips and ideas and things to do. And me and Keith, while we do a lot of things the same, Keith has recently been preloading everything that he's putting into his his Wednesday Dibdit sales. And as of right now, my live Dibdit sales that I'm doing, I am not preloading at all. I am just doing by the size of the item. So, Keith, if you want to just kind of go into what it entails, because what it entails to preload, and do you think have you found it to be beneficial, especially with some of the rarer items you're selling?
Yeah, I mean, the reason I've been doing it, one, is it makes shipping so much easier, right? You don't have to tag anything, you don't have to mark it, and it's just I can set it aside and ship it when I'm ready to ship it.
Yeah.
So the shipping is a lot easier because you don't have to like categorize it by buyer. So that's why I'm doing it, because I'm doing those sales by myself. Usually when I've done a lot of shows like you do, Jimmy, where you're just random polls, you're marking it or putting it in a tote or a box with that buyer's name on it. And that's that you can move a lot more bulk and a lot more quantity doing it that way. But I do better doing those kind of shows when I have a helper. And when I'm doing these preloaded shows, I'm doing them by myself, and they're pretty easy to run that way.
So by preloading, you are adding a picture and a title of the actual item, maybe a little description. Are you weighing the item for your shipping?
Not really weighing. Occasionally I have, and mainly I'm just going by my experience of what it would cost to ship it. Yeah. So, and
so you're weighing it.
You're
weighing it with the old memory of you've seen this item. You have an idea of
exactly.
Shipping is a big part of it. Shipping. If you haven't done a live auction before, you need to be prepared for shipping in multiple ways. And if you depending on if you're going on Whatnot or District, because they're completely different. Whatnot handles the shipping for you. You just put in the weight of the item. They handle the label. They give you a label basically. After the show is over, they give you a label for each order, and you just print it out. They collect the money for the shipping as well, so you don't see. So the biggest thing you need to learn on Whatnot is read in depth what their different policies are, and make sure you don't mess yourself up when you're using theirs, because again, you have no control over the shipping. It's all through them.
Yep.
And I had a story. I'm not going in depth into my horror story, but I lost a lot of money in shipping because I used their tool wrong, is what they told me, and possibly I did. So again, make sure you read it and learn about it. And if you decide to select something along the lines of the buyer doesn't pay over $10 shipping, let's say, well, that anything that Whatnot determines wasn't covered in shipping, they're going to charge it to the seller. That's what happened to me. So Whatnot's a little more, I feel like it's a little more confusing because you don't have control over it. Me and Keith both sell on District. In District, I have full control. I get the money for the label. I charge the cost for the labels. So, there's all kinds of things you can do. You can either charge a little bit extra to make sure you cover yourself and your supplies, and then refund on the back end, whatever you decide to do. District, for example, if I sell a smaller item, I can select $6.99 shipping on it. I put that $6.99 shipping in, and then they have what they call progressive shipping, where each additional item that, let's say that some person bought that $6.99 item, for the rest of the show, anything they buy, that buyer that bought that gets a reduced shipping, and I also set that reduced price as well. So District, I love that. I personally, that's a very user-friendly tool for the seller and for the buyer.
And plus on District, you learn as you go. Like I've learned, like you got to tweak your pricing because you're losing on shipping on certain items. Whatnot, you're totally blind to the whole thing generally, right? You're probably getting fees on Whatnot in the back end, but District, it's all right there in front of the seller. If you're losing money on shipping, making money on shipping, you can refund the buyer on the shipping, and you can fine tune it.
I think this is a good opportunity because Ray, I want to make sure you do some shopping on Whatnot, right? Did we talk about that, Ray?
I don't really do too much shopping. I probably do like not on Whatnot. I've done some shopping on Dibdit or anything like that, but
So you have shopped on Dibdit?
yeah, I've actually
So
bought
have
from
I.
Keith.
All right,
yeah.
so because with Whatnot, there's another thing to consider with the Whatnot shipping. Again, no seller is going to refund you the difference. It's not going to happen because they didn't get the money. So if you're shopping on Whatnot, and this affects the seller, if you're a shopper on Whatnot, they have no control over what you're paying for shipping. So let's say you're into that reduced shipping for the third item, it can still be quite a bit, and it could deter the buyer. It could deter a buyer from buying something, and the seller can't do anything about that because they have no control over that price whatsoever.
Okay.
Back when I was doing a lot of like
benefit for a seller on.
Absolutely. Back when I was doing a lot of like random pull auctions on Whatnot, I had this massive show I ran, and I got a couple angry messages after the fact saying, "Oh, I paid this much in shipping," and I'm like, I don't even know what you paid in shipping. So I'm like, you got to talk to Whatnot. So
that's a great point. Like the seller doesn't even know what they're what the
Well, that's probably also too, like you got to think a lot of eBay buyers are used to if they know it's like an overage or anything like that, you're doing combined shipping, you know, they're going to message you a lot of times and like, hey, can you give me a refund, or even, you know, for the overage? Like they're going to do that a lot of times. So a lot of buyers are just used to that, especially if they're coming over to Whatnot now, because eBay has been out so much longer. They're just trained that way.
Yeah. I can't express enough. I enjoy selling on Dibdit more than anywhere that I've done live auctions, and I love that tool. There's been times where I've been able to refund. You know, I kind of go by it's kind of what Kevin says, make sure you cover your supplies. So like I've done some glass shows on there, fragile items. I'm much less likely to give a refund on that because I will go through almost an entire roll of bubble wrap in a Dibdit glass auction on multiple boxes and stuff and paper and stuff like that. So there's things like that you have to consider when you're looking at, because let's just be honest. This is another important thing about live auctions. The margins aren't as high as they are if you take the time to put it on eBay and wait it out for the sale. So you are working on lower margins as well. Sometimes you'll get a really good, we all know sometimes you'll get some stuff bid up, but we also send a lot of stuff out the door. I do $3, $4, $2. I've sent $2 items out the door. So when you have those kind of margins, you can't afford to lose in your shipping and your supplies. It's just a fact. And we all who have done it, we all kind of know that. So that's a factor. To kind of go, because I want to continue talking about the shipping, because to me, the shipping is the biggest thing you have to prepare yourself for. I've said that already. So Keith mentioned that my sales, I do it by small item, medium item, and large item. And what I'll do is I'll hold the item up, and if it's a small item, I'll just start it. I can reset that small item, and I can move it back to stage, and I can copy it, duplicate it. It's called duplicate it, and I can run the small item over and over and over again. And same with the medium item and the large item. I can duplicate them and run them again. And so I just run all my small items, and it'll come up as small item 1 or 0, small item 1, small item 2. And so I have my wife helping me, and this is kind of sell where if you don't need help, but you got to have a marker and something to, like some painter's tape ready to go. So each time you sell something, here's my biggest advice. When you sell something, let's say it's a small one. Let's say Keith bought this. I'll say, okay, Keith got, and I verbally say Keith got item small 1. Then I'll put S1 and I'll put it on there, and then that's small 1. I say it verbally because if you mess up, you can go back and watch the video.
Smart.
And you can watch who bought small 1. So that's important too. It's a really long, it's kind of, there's a lot to it, and you got to be prepared like that. You got to have, and take the time. Don't be flustered in a rush. Make sure you say that. Stop the show for whatever 3-5 seconds it takes to write down S1, and then make sure it goes on the item nice and stays on there, and then set it in a nice pile. Make sure you take that time if you don't have help. If you have help, it's a lot easier. You can just verbally say to the person that's helping you, that's small one, and just watch them do it. As soon as they're done, go to the next. But make sure you take that time. It's so important. Do it. Don't get sloppy. Do a good job on this, because you will hate yourself when you go to ship if you do not.
Yep. And I've done it a lot of that ways where I'll mark it. I usually do like small one and then the person's name as well. But the
That's
last,
a good idea.
yeah, the last bunch I did where I was doing random polls, I didn't mark the item at all. I had this, took this giant like medical, it's like an X-ray filing system that was in the warehouse. Somebody was throwing it away, and I took that, put it on its side, so it has like 30 slots in it, and I just put it in there and marked the slot. Old school flips, triple R collections. So I just put the item in those slots.
That's
so,
a good idea.
so there's different ways you can do it.
You're actually talking about putting banker boxes down on the ground and doing something similar to that, because I'm not gonna lie, we've had 2 shows now where we got stuff mixed up.
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
It definitely does. That will happen, folks. You can try to stay as organized. Me and Sonia are very organized, and we work together as a team. But we've made mistakes already. So,
when Paul the Philly Flipper was selling in my warehouse with me on Whatnot, we had like banker boxes everywhere. We were like walking into banker boxes to get to other banker boxes to file the items. So it was crazy. But yeah, the banker box system is a good way to go too. Either marking each item or just doing a bin style where you mark the bin.
Yeah, with a little bit of live selling I've done, I'll always mark it with like I usually had a Post-it note, but then they fall off sometimes, and I switch to the painter's tape. But I would always put the like first few letters like of the buyer's name on there, or the username, and then I just put it all together.
It's a really good idea to put the person's name on there, not just small one. It's a really good. I think Sonia's going to start doing. Again, I'm thankful. She's awesome. She helps me. She's right there off camera. I think we're going to try that next to try to improve, because we had my last sale, we had a mistake, and I'm like, I'm real like I'm chill, but man, like that just drives me nuts. Like I don't like, and you know, it's just it's one of those things. Again, the margins are so low on every single item. Like to pay multiple labels to have something moved kills your margin. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I think it's difficult because you want to. It's so easy to get unorganized with it because you want to move quickly and keep the viewers there and stuff. So that's the biggest thing that I think I've even struggled with is when I do get moving, which is very rare because I haven't even had that much success, but it's difficult to just keep it moving. Like people want it really quick. They want those auctions up. You sell one, you better have the one right there ready.
And it's also time is money. The more you can sell, the more money you're gonna make. You know, like that. Those in an auction like that, and that's why any live auction, like they're trying to move through as many items as possible because they know that it's seconds that's money there. Like every second you're wasting not going to the next item, you're losing money.
And for people new to it, I mean, and we've made this comment to Ray, welcome to do a raid train, a buy it all raid train, because I mean, co-streaming is a great way to like you sell 2 items, 3 items, and then you have that downtime while the other person's selling to make sure you get those 3 items labeled properly. That's a great way in the beginning to make it a smoother start
100%
for you.
accurate. 100%.
They're also fun to watch. I mean, even on Whatnot, I watched Dan in Demand the other night with that graphic t-shirt battle.
Oh yeah.
Like that, like it's fun to watch. I mean, just to be in there and see who's winning and you know, make it fun like that. It's competitive, but it's fun. It's
for sure. Yeah, cool. I enjoy. I mean, we co-stream, right, Keith? And then
we did some,
a couple times. And then
Hats,
Lady Arbitrage. I mean, Lady Arbitrage, Dawn. That was. I mean, she's awesome. Like, it's just a good time. You just have fun and, you know, you help each other out. You can also like. I mean, they're the worst thing about co-streaming is like sometimes they'll sell something you want to buy, and you can't bid because you're co-streaming with them.
I was co-streaming once with Dan and the Man, and he was like, his power went out. He was selling cards by candlelight. It was like, that was the best co-stream ever.
Oh,
man. But
awesome.
That's what I love about Dan. I know he was prepared. He had a candle.
Yeah.
Can I ask one thing about live selling? I just want to know why I see a lot of sellers do this, but they put no cancellations on their title.
I think Whatnot. I've seen that more on Whatnot. I don't think I've ever seen it on District. But
Yeah, and probably not on District,
yeah.
but on Whatnot, I see it on Poshmark Live.
I know it's a lot of clothing people. I see that. I guess like these bidding wars, like a lot of sudden death, especially sudden death on Whatnot. Like it can get crazy up there when two people are just throwing a max bid in at the last second, and then they cancel it because they realize, oh, I set too high of a max. So I think that's why they put
my
that out there.
question would be this, because there's a reverse thought into that. It might be them saying, no matter what you bid, I'm not going to cancel. Like if you get something for $1, I'm still shipping it out the door.
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah.
I don't know which way it goes. So anybody in the comments that wants to tell us,
Because it's so funny how Keith thought of it that way, and my brain went the total opposite way. Like it's me reassuring you that no matter what you buy it for, I'm going to ship it out the door. I'll never cancel an order on you.
That's exactly why I brought it up, because
I don't know. I don't know the answer.
I think it's generally the way I said it, because I've heard sellers like bring that up. Like, no, like somebody asked to cancellations, they're like, cancel it.
OTY
like, no.
it, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's an OTY already. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. No, that's a good question. Maybe I never even heard of that. I don't do it. Yeah, I would my brain went to the seller offering a side, but I'm leaning more towards what Keith's answer, because didn't even register. That's probably more to like say, hey, we don't accept cancellation.
It's definitely bigger in clothing, but I'm sure like card breaks as well. It's a thing, because if you get into a card break and don't hit anything, and then you're trying to cancel it. So yeah, that's thankfully that doesn't even, it's not part of the dibdit nomenclature at all. Word of the day, Jimmy, nomenclature.
What is it?
Just a fancy word for name, nomenclature. Like it's a
nomenclature.
Nomenclature. I'll put it in the private chat. I'll spell it over here.
I'm not even gonna try it. No,
that's
way.
A word.
It's like yeah. There it is.
Sounds like a foreign baseball player. I'm sorry, no offense, but like sounds like a nomenclature.
Yeah, that's it. I'll look up the better dictionary.
Now batting for the Baltimore Orioles.
What?
Nomenclature. All right.
Choosing names for things is basically what it means, I think. So
well, that one I'll probably never use.
Yeah.
I'll probably never use that one.
Yeah, you can't delve into that one.
If I can't spell it, I can't delve into that. I don't even know if I could spell delve. Real quick, I wanted to finish on the shipping because it's important. Because shipping, can't express enough. If you never sold, just be prepared. Make sure you have boxes on hand, because you don't want to run a live auction with, like, let's say 40 items, and you end up having 25 different buyers. You got 25 packages, especially if you're only used to shipping if you're a smaller seller and you're only used to shipping 2 or 3 things a day. All of a sudden you're shipping 25 items. You got to have 25 boxes. You got to be ready.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go try to find them, but it's just, you're better off if you do free boxes from Walmart or whatever, have them on hand first. Is my height, because you're gonna be kind of shocked by that. Like you got 25, you got to sort everything, and you got 25 packages you got to pack. Within the next 2 to 3 days, usually is depending on what platform.
Sorry, I want to know what all these Poshmark sellers are doing now, because like if they're going live or they probably can't really go live, because I still haven't even got my Ground Advantage supplies yet. So what do they do? Have to push money out.
Are they already kicking out Ground Advantage labels?
Yeah. They did that really quick. It was really quick.
If you haven't loaded up on supply, you're going down to Walmart and buying boxes.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing. I mean, Walmart has those cheap, flimsy boxes. That's probably what they're doing to hold them over.
Yep.
Because they probably, if they were getting everything from, again, I feel like they were getting everything from the post office. They were getting all USPS priority mail packages, and then all of a sudden that's no good anymore. Now, I don't know. I don't have an answer.
Yeah, because they went from spending nothing on shipping supplies now to spending a little bit and to hold them over until they get their stuff in. And it's been, I think I ordered mine on the 16th, and it's not here.
Yeah, I saw, what's his name? Flipping Ain't Easy. He got some in. He showed what they look like and all that. They're just basic brown boxes with blue writing on it that say USPS Advantage. I saw in one of his videos
I didn't see that
he
yet.
got
Check it
them.
out.
Which people are like in a lot of the Facebook pages and all, they're saying it's kind of conflicted. There some post offices are saying no, you can't use it for other selling platforms. That
Yeah, but again, how are they gonna know?
Yeah, exactly. But
I saw the
no
box.
idea.
There's nothing on there that says Posh. Nothing on there.
Yeah, but nobody else is using Ground Advantage either. But it like, are they really going to take the time to make sure it's a Poshmark label? Like,
and I feel like Poshmark's a pretty small marketplace in the scheme of things comparing to eBay, right? eBay is like up here, Poshmark is down here. Like, why does not eBay have this kind of deal where they're getting us some Ground Advantage boxes? Come on, eBay. Charging us.
Come on, eBay.
Fees on sale,
I agree.
sales tax.
Where's ours?
Yeah.
They
make us buy ours with our, subscription,
$50 credit.
Our credit.
I almost didn't use mine. If you didn't, it's too late now. But I literally used my store coupon on the last day. I thought I had
me too. It was 10 p.m.
I got a bunch of tape. I do the tape because I know it sucks, but when I have a ton of eBay tape, I just wrap the heck out of that box because I'm like, whatever. It's better
good
than
tape. Good tape is important though, man. The bad tape is like the worst for a shipping experience.
If you buy eBay tape, do not get the white get the red, blue, and green different color tapes. The white stuff does not stick as good. That
I was having trouble with my red eBay tape today. I don't know, it wasn't sticking to one of my boxes.
I've learned any eBay tape.
I've learned the hard way with eBay tape. For sure, it should go all the way around. I don't ever do one side, flip over, and do the other side anymore. But because again, I'm getting with my coupon and it's free, I don't care. Like I go all the way around the box. Like I'm not because then it doesn't. It's then make sure it adheres to itself on the other side. No worry about it coming off.
Yeah,
it will stick to itself just fine.
Yeah.
So there's my eBay tip of the day. Make that tape go all the way around and touch the other end. Stick to itself.
Yep.
Does that sound awful? Does that sound
No, it sounds good. I do the same thing. I mean, even I don't use eBay tape at all, but I don't go half the box with any tape.
Well, I mean, I'm all about that advertising eBay. I want to make sure I want people to come and shop on eBay. That's the main reason I use the tape. Honestly,
I have no version of the tape. I didn't know I only buy boxes or bubble mailers with my eBay coupon.
Yeah, that has a logo on it too.
Yeah,
they have the one that's white, and then the eBay is all the different colors, and then you can buy the rolls that are just the tape is actually all red, and then there's all green. That stuff tends to stick a little bit better, but Ray's having issues with it too, so maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I think it's my boxes too. It's hard to tell.
Man, I don't know. I don't think we need to delve into this, but we're talking about live selling. Let's save this for another episode because I'll go on a serious rant. But we were talking about live selling.
Yeah.
District. I'm just going to say it right now. District. You have to get an Android app. If you want the greatest district seller to stay there, and yes, I'm saying I'm the greatest district seller there is. If you want me to stay over there, you have to get an Android app. I couldn't shop from Keith the other day. That's where and I mentioned to Keith. I'm going on around already. I couldn't because I don't carry my iPhone with me everywhere. And so I didn't have my iPhone with me. And Keith was going live. And I was like, I don't have a way. I'm not signed in or anything on my Android phone. So I had no way to shop from Keith because I didn't have my iPhone with me.
It is crazy, but do any other apps or like platforms or whatever have that kind of issue where they don't have an Android app? I don't have an Android at all, but have you ever encountered that before as an Android person?
Not like this. No.
Okay.
It's got to be Steve Jobs is paying them from his grave. Like that's.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't know. I have my. Well, that's a long topic. That's a topic that I could delve into, and I could use all kinds of nomenclatures about.
Yeah.
Did I say that? Nomenclatures.
Nah. I mean, sort of. Don't get a little bit of it right.
All right, I made promises that I got to keep, guys. I got all kinds of stories from the East Tennessee reseller meetup. Almost died. I was with Mike Deathpile Picker. He joined a cult while I was there. What else happened? There was a stab and grab while I was there. Yeah, so it was kind of crazy.
I know. I mentioned, did you visit Baltimore? Because that's what it sounded like when you described that to
I was like, wait, that's far from Baltimore. Yeah, it sounds like Jimmy was in Baltimore, not in the East. They call it G Vegas where I was at, allegedly. And when by they, I think I'm only saying that Ben's the only one. Rocky Top is the only one that calls it G Vegas. Greensville, Tennessee. Is that where I was at?
Huh.
He kept calling it G Vegas, and I was like, "There's nothing about this that says Vegas. Nothing at all."
Well,
So,
I mean,
I don't.
You hit some luck with some yard sales.
Oh, I killed it. That's
yeah. Every day there's like photos popping up of these massive buys, buying it all out there in Tennessee.
I got screwed by Deathpile Picker. I'm calling you out on this, Mike. Mike, if you're listening, how did I end up the one in the basement? Found the basement, found the sale, and I'm at home and I got like hardly any toys. And Mike's at home playing with his Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and his Captain Planet toys, and I'm all, I got some gargoyles. I think Mike took me for a ride. Mike he's a heck of a negotiator. No, I'm joking, but I'm not. I'm bitter. I'm very bitter. So Mike drove me to the sale. Mike was driving. That's the only contribution he made is he was driving. I found the community sale. It was kind of under the radar. Not a lot of people knew about it. I got us there. And we pull up and there's 4 houses having sales right there, all within walking distance. He goes left, I go right. The first house I walk up to, this is where the story begins. I'm in the garage and I'm like, oh, these cassettes are from the 80s. And I'm like, there's some other stuff from. I'm like, man, I need to where's the toys? So I stopped looking at the cassettes because I'm like, where's the toys and where's the video games? And I'm looking. As I'm looking, I see a guy come from the side of the house up a hill with a wagon, and that wagon is overflowing with toys from the 80s and 90s. And I'm like, and I thought he was bringing more stuff to the sale. So he gets up and he gets to the top, and I was like, is that stuff gonna be for sale? He's like, I'm buying this stuff. And then the lady goes, oh, yeah, he's buying that stuff. She goes, but there's a lot more of that stuff down in the basement. Yeah, I think Old School Flips ran. I think I ran. I'm not capable of running anymore, but I don't remember the trip from the garage to the basement.
Did you black out?
I blacked out. Yeah. I was like, so next thing I know, I'm in the basement. And it's a weird, this is kind of important for the rest of the story. The house is a brick house. That's not important at all. But from the garage on one side of the house, you go around, you guys can't see, on one side, you go around the front of the house and then you go down a hill and you end up on the side of the house where there's another a garage door that goes into the basement though. Right. So that's where I went. I went down the hill, around the side, through the other the garage door that went into the basement. It went up like a garage door and everything. So that's important for later in the show. So that's where I'm at now. First tub I open, she's like, he didn't go through this tub. I open up the tub and it's nothing but clothes. And first stack I pick out is all Dale Earnhardt single stitch shirts. And then I see some Atlanta Braves single stitch shirts. I see some wrestling kids clothes, like an 80s whole. I see all, and I start pulling the piles out. And then the lady goes, and these are important. She's like, if you're gonna buy that all, just leave it in that tub. And I was like, I'm not, I'm in picking mode. I don't know if I'm gonna buy it all. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna buy it all. So I put the clothes back in the tub. I was like, I'll just take all this. You're right. And so then I said, I'm gonna make this my tub because it wasn't all the way filled. It was about halfway full of clothes. So I slide it to the corner. I'm like, I'm gonna make this my tub though, and it is not your standard size tub. It's a long tub. It's one of those really long ones like you would put a Christmas tree in. It was like almost a 4-foot long tub. It was crazy. So anyway,
wow.
You guys can interrupt me anytime, but I'm going to go this is going to be a long story. So next thing I'm finding Power Rangers. So she goes, nobody's been in this toy box. It was like one of those outdoor toy box, like a Rubbermaid toy box. She takes, nobody's been in this toy box. Opens up and I see Power Ranger plushes all in there. But then I see the totes or tubs in there, and I open up the first tub, filled to the top with vintage Power Rangers. I throw that in my tub. Next box, same thing, Power Rangers. I throw that in my tub. Next box, same thing. 3 tubs of Power Rangers go into my tub. And so, anyways, I load up on all these toys. I find wrestling stuff, all kinds. My tote is overflowing at this point. Like, you can't lift it. It weighs over 50 pounds. Rewind. When I first got down there, man, my ADHD or whatever. Rewind a little bit. When I first walked in the basement, I tried calling Mike. You need to get down there. No answer. So I start picking. Halfway through that, between the clothes and the toy box, I tried calling Mike again. No answer. At this point, I'm like, you're out of luck, sucker. Like, I'm going ham, So finally, I'm not done picking, but my first wave is done. Like, I don't even know how I'm gonna get this stuff up the hill. And I was like, I remember that guy had a wagon. Maybe it was their wagon. I was like, but I called Mike. He finally asked, like, where are you? So trying to do a brag. Well, I'm over here going through Harley shirts that are $1 each. And I was like, oh, that's cute. That's cute, Mike. I'm over here digging through 90s toys and single stitch shirts. You want to come over here? He's like, where are you at? I'm like, where you drop me off? I'm down. I'm in the basement. Ask him where the basement is. So he shows up, and because I need his help. At this point, I need his help. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like, I had the wagon. I got the wagon. I need him I could not lift the tote. And the little old lady, she was not gonna be able to help me. So we literally had to, one each side and get that big old tote on a small wagon, take the side doors off the wagon. And so I'm like, start picking, Mike. I'm going to go pay for this stuff. He set me up. He talked, before he came down there, he talked to the lady in the garage. I know he did. So after I painstakingly pull that tote up the hill with the wagon, and I'm up there to pay, and I go, how much for this? How much for everything? She's all, well, I don't know what's in there. I was like, I'll be 100% honest with you. It's all toys on the top, and the bottom half is all clothes. She goes, I don't know, $30. Okay. I gave her 40. I said, this still sounds awful, but I was like, don't worry about the $10. Like, don't worry about the change. Here, just keep it. And I shouldn't have done that, because she goes, all right, well, I need my tubs back.
Oh.
All the small ones, and the big one, I need them all back. I have loose Power Ranger figures full. And so here, Mike's down there picking, and it took me 20 minutes to unload everything out of these tubs into Mike's back seat, just laying there. I took a picture of these, and there was some in the back of his truck too. So I finally I get back down, and of course I wanted Mike to find some stuff. So Mike's doing well too, right? I've found some gargoyles. He found the rest of the gargoyles. He found some other stuff. He found a really cool NASCAR jacket. I found these 3-stripe hats that they were down there too. Those came from there.
Awesome.
Man, this story's long. So he comes up, same thing, $30. He pays he tried talking down to $20. That's Mike for you. I gave extra. Mike tried to talk her down to $20. I even tried to help him. I did say, yeah, he does have less than I did. And she's like, no, $30. And I was like, I tried to.
Well, so you're the reason that he probably paid more, because you already paid more.
Yeah. Well, the guy that I think $30 was her price, because the guy that bought the toys before me, I did hear as I was walking away, she told him $30 as well.
So any pile was 30.
Yeah. Well, there's more to the story. The story gets wild, and I feel like we might be here a little extra, because I got to keep going. Because my craziness has to keep going. So we're done with that day. We loaded up. We felt there was another. By this time, there's another guy shopping through the NASCAR diecast stuff that she had down there too. I'm not really in. I'm good. I don't need that stuff. So, and that guy by then when I went back for my second pick, he was shopping that stuff. I was like, I'm good. So we left. The next day was the flea market. But we were like, instead of going to the flea market, let's go back by that house. Because at this point, we realized we were missing some weapons, a couple wings for the gargoyles that I have here. And it seemed like the kid who had this stuff kept it all really well. So like, let's just go back, see if we can't go find the stuff we're missing. So we go back first thing. Well, they're not having a sale. But Mike, he's knocks on the door. So the lady that was running, it was her sale, her house, her sale, her son's stuff, answered the door. And she said, the reason I wasn't in the basement yesterday is because I'm disabled. I can't really get down there. It was my sister that was down there helping you. She's supposed to come back late. She's supposed to come by later today at like 3. If you guys want to stop back by at 3, you can, and she can let you down there, see if you can find the stuff you're missing. All right, so we're going to come back at 3. This is like 9 o'clock in the morning. So we're going to come back at 3. Then we go to the flea market. Yeah, we go to the flea market, and I got the story mixed up a little bit. Okay, yeah, we go. No, so I did mix it up. See, that's why I can't tell. We had been to the flea market first, super early. And I ran into the guy that was checking out when I got there. So the guy that was checking out from her sale when I got there was selling at the flea market. He was like, I recognize you. I was like, yeah, I recognize you. He's like, you were the guy that was at the sale. I was like, yeah, you were the guy buying. I told him, I was like, I had nightmares. Like, what did you find? He's like, I got wrestling figures. I got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, video games. Like, well, what do you have here? He's like, well, I got the video games. So I ended up buying the Sega Genesis, all the Sega Genesis games, the Nintendo, and a PlayStation 1. I bought all that from him at his flea market. He was priced fair. I think I got all 18 games and all those consoles for $140. Not terrible. I mean, 18 games will pay for the 140, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, do you have any of the toys? Like, no. He said, I sold all the wrestlers already. First thing this morning for $200, he said. He said, but I have all the other stuff at home because I don't know a lot about it. I don't. He's like, I got some Turtles and some Power Rangers and the rest of the stuff I don't know. So here I am, Jimmy again, making the contact. I was like, well, can I get your number? He's like, yeah, get my number. We'll meet up later. And so I got his number, and I'm supposed to meet up with him later as well. So now, supposed to meet up with him later. Then we go to the lady's house, knock on her door. We're supposed to meet up with her later, same day, and they're like conflicting times. So we're like, where do we go first? So we ended up going meeting the guy first. We bought all of the toys from him, and we hadn't gone through it at all. We just bought everything that he had. It was all the Turtles, all kinds of stuff. More Power Ranger stuff. Then we go to I'm trying to tell us as brief as possible. So then we go back to the house. It's 3 o'clock. We're going back to the house. We pull up, and as we're pulling up, I see a car parked down by that side basement door, right? And I was like, oh, that must be the sister. So we pull into the driveway in the front. Mike gets out. I get out. We walk up to the door, and they're taking forever to answer. The dogs are barking. They're taking forever to answer the door. And finally, the lady that owns the house answers the door. And, I don't remember exactly what said. Mike was really nice. Hey, man, we're here to look at this. He's like, and she's like, well, you might not be able to shop. And we were like, okay. And she's like, were you guys rude yesterday? And Mike was like, no, ma'am. And I was like, no, ma'am, we weren't. And she's like, well, I got to ask my sister when she gets back. She's not here right now. When she gets back, I'm going to ask her. And if you guys were rude, then you're not shopping. And we're like, okay, so you can just wait till she gets back. So we go sit in the truck. Well, the sister was there because while we're sitting there waiting, I saw that car that was parked on the side of the house come around in the grass up to the road. I saw it happen. So she was in the house. She got in the car, drove up to the road, and then pulled into the driveway like she had just gotten there. But I witnessed what happened. She gets out of the car just fuming, just mad. And me and Mike get out, and we're like, hey, and she's like, you guys aren't shopping. You guys were rude and this and that. And we're not selling you any more NASCAR stuff. And I was like, whoa. I was like, we didn't buy any NASCAR stuff, man. I'm like, we didn't buy anything NASCAR. We only bought toys, and we're here. She's like, what are you looking for then? And we're like, well, we're missing some of the guns and wings to some of the toys we bought. We didn't buy. I did buy the hats, but and Mike got a jacket, but we didn't buy any of the die-cast stuff. She's all, well, all I know is that guy that was here yesterday that bought all the NASCAR stuff. You sure you're not one of them? And we're like, no. And she goes, well, all I know is he was from Florida. And then Mike's all, because Mike's from Florida. it gets even crazier. So Mike's like, well, ma'am, I'm from Florida, but I didn't buy any. And so all I know is he was from Florida. He called his friend over to help him load the stuff up. Now she's talking about me. And like,
She's confusing
she
them
got
all.
all three of us confused for one guy, right? So like, she didn't know who was who. She's like, he's from Florida. He called his friend over to help him load up the that's me. And then he bought all the NASCAR stuff. That's the other guy, right? So it's just like, what's happened? And we're like, no, man, we didn't. And so once she figured out we didn't buy the NASCAR stuff, is what I'm pretty sure let her like, okay, she calmed down. Well, if you guys are sure, and like, yeah, we were not rude, and we weren't rude. I gave it a $10 extra. I was thinking to that's why I said maybe I was rude when I was taking all the clothes out. Like maybe that she took that as rude. I don't know.
Maybe she didn't like Mike's offer.
Yeah. Well, she did say that they paid way too little for what they got. Well, they had said while I was down there shopping, she had said that this NASCAR stuff is worth money. So again, that led me to, I forgot to add that part. She had said that this NASCAR stuff is worth money. So I don't know about this stuff. And I was like, yeah, I'm good. I don't need the NASCAR. So the story's so long. So we get to go back down in there. We don't find anything. There's no toy stuff left. There's still NASCAR stuff. And we actually ended up seeing some more good sports stuff. But we were like, at this point, they're mad. We're not going to ask them for like there was like some sports hats and some shirts. We're like, we're not going to push the envelope. They're not happy. So we're going back up the side. She's coming with us back up the front of the house, and the garage door's open. And she's like, yeah, we got so much to do. All that stuff that didn't sell in the garage, I got to take and donate. And Mike's like, well, can I look in there? At this point, I'm done. Like she was mad at us. She didn't really want us there. I go to the truck, and I'm like, I go and sit down in the truck. And Mike goes into the garage. Of course, he comes out with 2 small Christmas blow molds, just small ones, 2 Santa Clauses. And I watched him and her go into the house. Inside the house were the lady that owned the house with the dog. She's he said the dogs are nice, and he paid her for the Santa Clauses, right? He comes out and he's like talking to me. He's like, yeah, so we were like, man, they were confused as all heck. They didn't know who was who. And he's like, yeah, and he's like, and he said that she said something along the lines like, if that guy would have been here, I would have shot him. And I was like, here we go. He's like, no, Jimmy, there was a rifle sitting on the kitchen table.
Jesus Christ.
I was like, we almost got shot. Like they were inside trying to determine if we were the guy. And that's why they took so long. They had a gun ready, man.
Oh man.
Making that. I was like, Mike, you almost got us killed today. Am I allowed to tell that story right here? Is that...
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't think
I'm
like any crime was committed.
I'm just like over a yard sale, she was gonna blast somebody, man. So I might have butchered that a little bit because I was all over the place, but that's the gist of it. Like, I was like, no way. He's like, yeah, there was a gun sitting on the table, and I'm like, kitchen table. Wow. They were like, wait, they did us. They like set us up, man. They were like, they set an ambush for us to come back.
Man, that must have been a tense negotiation for the NASCAR toys if they were that bent out of shape. About
she did say so the NASCAR stuff was on top of a cedar chest, and he was sliding it all over and scratching up my cedar chest and this and that. And Mike even said that, told her like, oh no, I knew about the cedar chest. I made sure there was a blanket on top of it, and I wasn't really in there. But when you told me about it, I didn't hear her say anything about the cedar chest. I must have been loading up stuff. He said I made sure the blanket was on it if I did go near it and stuff like that. So it was wild.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was wild. And I think that's that story. And Mike was real calm about it. I was like, what? I was like, those ladies it was crazy that they told something about each of us and they thought we were all one person. Yeah,
you blended you all together. That is wild.
I mean, we ended up doing really good. And like I said, we bought all the rest of the toys, but man, that was a long story. Sorry, guys.
So you went there to get the extra weapons and they already had one ready for you.
Yeah.
She's like, I'll show them. They want to get these extra weapons. I'll show them. They want some guns.
And that's an awesome kind of pick, though, when you can get into the basement where you start out in the garage and you get, that's exciting pick.
And then to end up getting, so because the times were conflicting, we bought those toys from that guy. We did a negotiation with him. Took a while. We bought everything from him though, and we didn't have a chance to go through it at all. It was boxes of stuff. I was able to glance through there and see that it was all turtles and good stuff. So we just went straight to her house from there. We didn't go through the stuff till later. Well, that guy had everything. I have all these. They're all basically complete down here with all their wings and some of the weapons and stuff. So we had all the stuff we were looking for. We just didn't realize it.
Nice.
So you almost got shot over nothing.
Over nothing.
Yeah.
We for 2 blow molds. Mike got 2 blow molds. We almost died for those blow molds. I'm so surprised Mike didn't tell this story.
Yeah, how do you leave that off?
Blow molds are being blown up.
There's your thumbnail. Would you die for a blow mold?
I have 2 blow molds in my Did the Show this week, Jimmy, and there's no gun involved.
If they had an Android app, I'd check that out right now.
Yeah.
No,
awesome.
I mean, there's other stories, but that's the big story. That's the big. And at the end of the day, I got some really good stuff. But me and Mike, when we were going to do a draft, but there was just too much, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not mad because I got some good Power Ranger stuff, and he got all the turtle stuff. I ended up getting all the gargoyle stuff. Now the story on the gargoyles is I found 2 of them that were missing wings. Mike found like 3 of them with some wings, and then we ended up getting like 2 more from the guy with all the wings and all the stuff. So part of that deal of when we split up is like I wanted them for me. That's why I ended up with them. I was like, they're going right here on my shelf. I'm keeping them. And so he's like, yeah, if you're not going to sell them and you're going to keep them, then yeah, you get all the gargoyles. So that was part of the trade at the end when we kind of sorted everything out.
That's cool.
I got all the pieces from the gargoyles. I got a ton of Power Ranger stuff. He basically got all the teenage. There were some valuable turtles in there. That's what made the deal hard for me, but whatever. There was some rare, valuable turtle stuff in there. And then he got I never even heard of Captain Planet.
Really? You never heard of that?
You know what? It's funny that I never heard of him. I have a Captain Planet figure sitting right here. So he got some of the Captain Planet stuff. Yeah, it was fun. But
I don't know if you're familiar with gargoyles. Are they like early 90s or are they 80s?
Yeah, they're late 90s.
Late 90s. Okay.
Gargoyles with
Was it a show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now almost like a Thundercat kind of thing going on there with that guy.
Gargoyles was it, man.
I never watched it.
You watched it, right?
Oh yeah, yep.
Gargoyles was awesome.
I had one of those like plastic lunch boxes not that long ago, probably a few years back.
For the gargoyles?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a fun show. I really enjoyed it. I mean, and like they had some fun characters. Yeah, gargoyles. It's not quite as obscure as like Silverhawks. It was pretty popular. Gargoyles. I felt like it was maybe. I don't know.
If it was late 90s, I probably was. I mean, I was in college at that point, so I probably wasn't. I never even heard of it. I mean, I've heard of the term gargoyle, like the
it
thing on the
couldn't have been
building.
late 90s because I was younger. I don't feel like I was younger watching it. I was probably my later teens, but not later teens. I was probably like 13 or 14 into my teens, not a kid anymore. Like not 10 or 8 or 7.
So it's probably contemporaneous to like Wildcats and Thundercats and that kind of stuff. Maybe, right? That time.
It must have been.
What was it on? Like what channel?
I felt like it was
Disney or was it like Fox?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Warner
It was not. It couldn't have been cable because I didn't have cable.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I didn't have cable either growing up, so it had to be like WB Kids or like ABC,
right?
Like on the weekends. Like
I just looked it up, and it was 94 to 97.
Yeah, that sounds that. Yeah, I guess I was in high school. Man, I remember watching it though. Huh? I was watching it as a grown man.
That would have been me in college. So I didn't watch that at all.
I was 18, 19 years old watching it. No big deal, guys. Don't judge.
Must have been a good show then.
It was. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Terrible. Oh, okay. Yeah. So we're running out of time. So we got our segment we got to do. Do you got that all prepared, Keith? It's a segment we've been doing. We've been doing, but we're making we got a sponsor. We're gonna. Everybody else is sponsoring their sale of the week, and
I don't have that prepared yet. I got to go through Instagram and pull the image up. Let me work on that.
Yeah, we're gonna do our find of the week, guys. But we have a new sponsor for the find of the week, and I don't know.
Let's see if can,
I had a fun find that I just found yesterday that I'm gonna make my find of the week.
Okay.
Pretty desirable find of the week. I'm trying to kill time right here, Keith.
Yeah, I think I got it. I think you're just looking for this.
That word? I'm nomenclaring. Right now.
Yeah.
Nomenclature.
Is that what we're looking for?
There's our sponsor.
Yeah.
How do we want to frame this? This is a find of the week brought to you by crappy yard sale signs.
Yeah.
We butchered that, but that's
well, you can't even find a yard sale, so that's
yeah.
It'll lead you to a thrift store.
I mean, as resellers, I just we can all kind of relate to that crappy yard sale sign. So It's not a real sponsor, but it's a fun made up sponsor. Crappy yard sale signs, the find of the week. Who wants to go first? So I talked forever. You guys gotta go.
You go first, Ray.
All right, because I got mine right here. So I didn't pick at all last week. I showed you guys this one, but this was my buy it all because I bought 5 of these Art Donovan.
Oh yeah,
autographed.
That's awesome.
Shirts. So I don't know, but I've had them unsigned before. I've never had them already autographed. So I mean, they don't have COAs and all, but I think I got around like $30 or something like that for them unsigned. So signed, it should be decent.
Is that like an advertising for something, or is it like a?
No, it was. I think it's like one of the early games after the Ravens started up here. They it was like probably one of the first games that we played the Colts.
Okay,
that's why it's Beat Indy.
Oh, I didn't even see Beat Indy down there. Okay,
yeah.
Don't hate me. He looks familiar, but who the heck is Art Donovan?
So he was defensive lineman for the Colts, for the Baltimore Colts.
Did he do some TV stuff too?
He may have. I probably.
Now I gotta do like Keith. I gotta look up Art Donovan.
He was like at the 58 Colts, probably like the greatest game ever played in that game. Yeah.
Back when Keith was in college.
See, it's old school. Old school.
Oh, wow. There you go. That's awesome.
Oh, check it out. I need that logo.
Old school whoop ass, too.
Yeah, you need that.
He looks awesome. Familiar.
He looks familiar. It's a cartoon. What do you mean?
He wrote a book. No, I'm looking at him on the phone, Ray.
Well, you just said he looks familiar. I thought before you even looked it up. Or he sounded familiar. I don't know. But Artie Donovan.
All right.
Yeah, I can't believe there was 5 of them. And what's cool, I actually got these from my my tax professional that I use.
Oh, very cool.
She was at having a yard sale within. Well, she always sets up with her friend or somebody that she knows, but it was in a community yard sale, and she's like, "Hey, you want these?" Like, she pulled me aside. She's like, "Hey, you want to buy them all?" She literally said that.
Hey.
So.
Oh, wow.
You were like, if you only knew how much that meant.
Yep. So they were $5 each, and I got there was 5 of them. I actually didn't even have to talk her down. She's like, "Take them all for 20."
There you go. I like when they negotiate
Mike
for you, right?
Said, how about 5 for all?
Yeah.
Death Paw Picker. How about? I know they're 5 each, but would you take? Can I do a Mike impression? I don't think I can. I don't even want to try.
No, that's impossible.
That's impossible.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be like something you can't understand. Like you can't.
Yeah.
What's the word? Like, there's a word for that, right?
Unintelligible. Unintelligible, maybe.
The word is nomenclatured.
Yeah.
I have to read that to say it. That's how bad. Every time you see me going like this out of the corner of my eye.
There's no real use. You could leave your life without knowing that word. That's not a very useful word, I will say.
It makes me think of ramen noodles.
Yeah.
When you have to read it, you look like me reading the intro off my phone.
Yeah.
Where we make sure everybody knows that we have very different styles.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm a mess.
I'll do my find of the week. So this was that part of the clean out. One of the more exciting pieces I pulled out of this clean out, for at least for me personally, is I pulled this out on Saturday, and it's
Dude,
yeah, 1979. This is going to be a short that came in my channel a few days ago. It came out on my channel. But Frodo Baggins, Lord of the Rings, 1979 on card. I was shocked at the value of these guys. Jimmy probably knows. Jimmy's a toy guy. I'm learning about toys as I go. But yeah,
wow.
I'm hoping to find some more in the basement. But I'm a huge Tolkien fan, and I joke about this on my other live I do on Wednesday nights that back when me and my buddy King of Penance Andy, we would grow up together playing video games with each other. I would sing songs from these animated movies just to mess with him, just to get in his head. And he was so annoyed with me singing about Frodo and the Nine Fingers that he would get frazzled in Tecmo Bowl or Baseball Stars, whatever we're playing. So, but yeah, that's nostalgic for me. Although I did already list it for sale, it's not nostalgic enough to keep it because it's a $500 toy. So
wow,
yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really know about. I guess I knew about him, but I wasn't that interested in him as a kid. It wasn't until the movie stuff came out that I really paid a lot of attention to the Hobbits and the.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's one of those weird things. Like they weren't a big part of stuff that I was interested in as a kid. I guess I knew of them, but it wasn't something that really. That's awesome.
That was patterned after there was animated movies that came out in the 70s, and I watched them all the time as a kid. There was three of them.
I must never have watched them. Maybe I need to go back and see if I did watch them. It didn't stick if I did.
Yeah, I feel like I would have probably gotten into it if I would have known that there was animated ones, because I can never get into any of the live action Lord of the Rings.
You didn't watch Lord of the Rings? I real quick, my story on Lord of the Rings is I had never watched them. I never saw them in the theater, and I still don't know if I liked them. But back in 2008, I had wrecked a four-wheeler, right? And I had to have my shoulder reconstructed, basically. And I was out of work. I couldn't work. I was at home. I was on pain meds right out of the hospital. And I was like, I'm bored out of my mind. And I was like, what worse way to cure boredom than to watch all the Lord of the Rings movies?
Yeah. Yeah,
they're long. That was the first time I ever watched them all. It wasn't terrible. But that's the only time I've ever watched them all too. And I've never watched the Hobbit stuff at all.
Oh, I love them. I mean, I don't think I've seen the most recent one. There was a TV show a series out too. Did you watch it? I haven't seen that yet.
Power of the Ring. What's it called? The one
something like that
on Amazon. Those are way better than the movie. If you
really?
IMO.
I'll check it out then.
What's it called? Is it called The Power of the Rings or something like that? It's on Amazon Prime. It's good. I highly recommend them.
Okay, I'll check it out.
I enjoyed those a lot.
I'm looking them up. See the name.
The Power of the Rings, the Force of the Rings,
the Rings of Power.
Rings of Power.
Yeah.
I just had it flipped around.
You're pretty close. Yeah.
If you like that, I think you'll like them a lot.
I'll check it out. Appreciate it. Yeah, no, I like the movie. So if you aren't really a huge fan of the movies, but love this, I'm sure I'll like it. Yeah,
like I said, the movies were a little drag on. I binged the show because it was that good.
Yeah, so it's probably better in that kind of short window where it's like a 30-minute episode or an hour, whatever it is. Yeah.
So I have a movie find of the week also. I just picked this up yesterday. I did like a bulk buy from a friend who's more into antiques. And when he bought some antiques, it was kind of like a bundle deal. He had to buy everything. So he was just like, "Hey, you want to come and look at this toy stuff?" So I bought all the toy stuff from him, and this was in there. And it's kind of it's a pretty desirable item especially in reselling, but also the toy reselling world. It is in the box, which is pretty rare. It is a Home Alone 2 Talk Boy.
It's awesome.
In the box, guys. It's still got the original retail sticker right there. I have not it's been opened. It has that Scotch tape holding that side.
Yeah.
And that side looks like the original tape. So this side has been retaped. So I have not opened it up to see if it works or what anything else is in there. But yeah, I mean,
that's awesome. That's so nostalgic.
Not something easy to find. I mean, if you go look at active listings, there's not a lot. There were different kinds of box as well. This one seems to be one of the better boxes that it came in, with Kevin on there. Home
So-
Alone 2, Talk Boy.
So that toy, was it a toy prior to the movie, or did it become a toy because of the movie?
I don't know. That's a great
Huh.
question. We should ask Chad that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't know. Definitely became super popular because of what he used it for in the movie.
Yeah.
He would make it use like the deep voice and sound like his dad or whatever, or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
He would say something to it. Yeah. Super. When I saw that was in the pile, I was like, I already knew I was buying it. Like, I already know I'm buying this lot the second I saw this sitting there. I was like, I couldn't even believe it. I was like, that's crazy. So
Yeah,
yes,
that's awesome.
That's honestly one of those things I would actually even wait just another month to even list, because everybody's gonna be at home watching the movies on Disney Plus or whatever.
I think great minds think alike, because I thought the same thing. And by great minds, I'm talking about yours, not mine.
I
Appreciate
just looked
that.
it up. I just looked it up, and it says it wasn't a toy before the movie.
It was
But-
not.
No, it was not. And then it
All right.
became such a popular thing. People wanted it.
It's
I guess-
very desirable. A lot of
Yeah.
people want it. They, I think, because I'm joking aside, I'm with you, Ray. Like, some 6-year-old is gonna watch that movie. 7-year-old,
Yeah.
however old, is gonna watch that movie for the first time this year, and they're gonna
Yep.
tell their mom and dad they want a Talk Boy.
Mhm.
I'm just saying, because it's definitely a Christmas movie that a lot of people watch. There's a lot of argument that it's one of the best Christmas movies of all time. 1 or 2 there's an argument. So not only are 1 and 2 argued as the best Christmas movies of all time, but then there's an argument that's in the inception of arguments. There's an argument within the argument of which one of those 2 is the better one as well. Should
I
we
go
answer
2.
that? What do you
I
guys
go
think?
I go 2 personally.
See,
Yeah,
there you go. And I
yeah.
go 1.
Do you?
Yeah, I'm probably
For sure.
1.
Yeah. 2's are the bird lady kind of freaked me out. I'm not gonna lie.
I feel like the violence on Pesci and the other dude was more intense in the New York one than the
Yeah, well,
the
they had
home
to-
one.
They
They
had
amp it
to,
up.
they
Yeah.
had to outdo themselves.
And that's saying a lot for me, because I worked in Woolworths as in high school when that movie came out, and I worked in the music section, so it was a little like box where all the stuff was. That movie was on play over and over and over again throughout the whole holiday.
Seared into your brain.
So I saw it like 200 times that Christmas holiday, but I still think it's better than 1, even though it's like I watched it way too much.
Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a tough one. I mean, I think for me, I know 1 is my one I like better because I make sure I don't miss it every year. I don't watch
Yeah.
2 every year, but 1 is. You guys do that? Like, I have probably 12 Christmas movies that I make sure I watch every single year. Like,
I don't do that, but I
There-
probably watch them.
There's a
consciously
couple.
make sure that I have those either recorded somewhere or even on DVD, and I do not miss them. I make sure I
Like,
watch them.
I was gonna say, like, because you brought up that toy and everything, I think like another big holiday type toy that came from a Christmas movie that a lot of people even look out for around Christmas is the Turbo Man from
Turbo
Jingle
Man.
All the Way.
For sure, yeah.
Yep.
I thought you were gonna say the red rifle BB gun thing.
Yeah, that's another one too. So why it's crazy how all that stuff becomes popular just from Christmas movies over the years.
No, Turbo Man's a good one. Yeah.
That'd be an interesting topic in general for an episode, is like how pop culture and reselling overlap or intersect.
Yeah.
Because
Well, we kind of delved into that with that cookie jar last week.
We did. That's correct.
You know, that reminds me, because I know what I was going to say now. One time, the only other time I found something that was like from that era that was Home Alone 2, it was weird and it sold fast and it sold for good money and it made no sense to me but I saw it, I was like, I know Home Alone 2 is collectible. It was a wall hanging, back in the day you would get that, can't say this, I can't use this on eBay, that Velcro ball, and you would hang the thing on the wall and you'd throw the ball at it and it would stick to it. It didn't have any of the balls. It was just the wall hanging, and it was Home Alone 2, and it had, what's the guy's names? I can't.
Pesci and the other guy. I don't know the other guy's name. Daniel Stern. Daniel Stern, I think.
The Wet Bandits were on there. The Wet Bandits were on there, and their head, and they and you would. So it was just the target for you to throw the ball, and it also had Kevin McAllister with his I got that, and it wasn't too big. It was maybe like 14 by 10, like just a little wall hanger thing. There was none on eBay. I couldn't find anything on it anywhere, any shape or form, even like a complete one or anything. So I was like, I'll put it on eBay for $80 and see it sold instantly. Like it was sold the second I listed it. And I didn't have a brand or anything. Like it just was like a wall hanging game. I don't remember exactly how I described it. And it sold fast.
That's one of the best feelings when you comp something out and it's like you cannot find it. It's the best and the worst feeling, but you know it's gonna be. You can sort of name your own price a little bit, right?
And I don't think it was worth a fortune. I think it was just because somebody out there that collects Home Alone 2 stuff was like, I don't have that.
Yeah,
and I want it. It's pretty wild.
Super cool. Yeah.
So those are our finds of the week, brought to you by Crappy Yard Sale Signs, guys. If you're out there looking for yard sales and you come across this sign, you're never gonna find it. I promise you.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we went a little extra today, but I mean, and I was extra with my story. You got anything else we want to talk about before we leave?
No, I think we covered a lot this week. I think it's a good episode. I feel like.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Great story, Jimmy.
Yeah. I think there was plenty of time in this episode that hopefully people have enough stuff to pack while they're listening to us.
yeah.
We didn't ask what they're packing though. Yeah, we forgot to ask that.
We forgot to ask. Dang it. Well, if you're still listening to the Triple R podcast presented by no, if you're still listening, let us know what you're shipping. We want to thank you all. What do we got going on? I'm gonna be on Kat the Nurse Flippers when this drops. I will be on her show in a week from Tuesday. So I'll be on her show tomorrow, I think. Yeah, I'll be on her show tomorrow from when this drops. So I'll be on that show that night, Kat the Nurse Flipper show. Should be back on. We're gonna be back on Dibbed It tonight. That's the more important one. I'm getting back to it. I'm gonna be back on Dibbed It tonight, 6:15 p.m. Eastern. Tonight on dibbedit.com, old school flips. Go check it out. I got a ton of stuff, guys. I found all kinds of crazy good stuff for the last 3 weeks since I've been on there. Come and hang out. Video games, vintage toys, records, you name it. We got all kinds of stuff. Come and check it out. That's what I got going on. What do you guys got going on?
You go first, Ray?
Yeah, because I don't really have much. I really don't have anything, but I mean, I am working on something so I won't be exclusively here anymore. That people can find me somewhere else.
How's
also
that IG coming along?
Yeah, I do have to.
Is that what you're working on? Sorry.
No.
Spoiler alert.
I do have to work on that, but yeah, there's something else I haven't.
All right. I'm excited for that. Yeah, see what the future holds there. Well, I'll start. We do have a mystery guest, our first guest appearing next week, right? So we don't
to mention that. Too.
So stay tuned for the first guest of the Buy It All podcast next week.
It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be legendary.
It is absolutely. And then I have a Dibbed It show this Wednesday. I have a couple blow molds, vintage toys, cool mixture of stuff on that. Then I have a card break on Dibbed It Cards tomorrow night, Tuesday night at 8:30, I think. It's a score football break. And I'm the night Wednesday. So I have 3 shows. Dibbed It Cards Tuesday night, regular Dibbed It 7 p.m. Wednesday, toys. And then I'm doing a Dibbed It Card show with Dan and Demand Wednesday 6 p.m. prior to my Dibbed It show. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's an ambassador for Dibbed It Cards. All right.
Yeah. So we're doing the co-stream on Dibbed It Cards. So
nice.
And then my Wednesday night live on YouTube, Pastime Picks podcast with another Lions fan, King of Pennants. Can't trust him either. So
he's the one that canceled that order.
Yeah,
probably did. I wouldn't put it past him. Yeah, shady. He's shady.
Well, they're blocked now, so
good. Hear that, Andy?
All right, everybody. Well, we want to thank you all for listening. Oh, we forgot to mention the other comments. We'll mention them next week. But a couple people really gave us some awesome. I gotta say it, Chad the Corky Picker. I'm sorry, we're just doing it now. We'll mention it again at the beginning of the next up. He said that we're the best reselling podcast out there. Chad, thank you so much for your kind words. And then someone said that they've been giving us a shout out. Breeze Flippers.
Flippers had nice
David,
comments.
Right?
Yeah.
And David and I don't. Sorry for the David and somebody else. I'm sorry, I'll get it right next time. Thank you all. So I think I haven't even got the first name.
David's right. David Beckham, I think. Like bend it like Beckham.
Benham.
Pretty
Okay,
sure
yeah.
yeah.
Thank you so much for
Yeah.
the kind words, and they've been mentioning us on their channel. So we thank you so much. We're working on growing over here on the Buy It All podcast. We'll see you next time, right here, same time, same place, and all that stuff.